When you reach a point in life, this feels ridiculous. This actually feels ridiculous. When you reach a point in life where you're just so exhausted from everything, you're so exhausted from people, you're exhausted from experiences, you're exhausted from just life in general. You're exhausted. That's 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 what I'm experiencing right now. I'm experiencing exhaustion from everything that I have been going through. Everything that I've been going through is not bad. There's these experiences that I'm learning from, growing from, things that will make me a better human being. But it's so exhausting. So exhausting. It's like some part of yourself that you had to change, and you go through an experience that really, really, really makes you feel like you just broke into the point where that is the point that you were trying to, that is the point that you had to learn, even though you knew it all along. I don't know if I'm making sense, but it's like this thing about yourself, and it's something that you wanted to work on yourself, but you haven't been working on yourself because it's kind of sort of like denial, even though you know it inside, but you're not acting on it. And then you get thrown into this life experience, and you just get thrown into different experiences, not just one life experience, because if you don't learn from one life experience, you get it again and again and again somehow. And then it gets to a point where it's like, oh fuck, like I should have learned this. I really should have learned this before. But you're learning now. And it's something that you never anticipated, you never thought about, you never envisioned that this is something that is going to happen to you. But it has happened. I'm very grateful for the experience. I cried a lot over it. But I also feel like this is something where I should have worked on myself, but I am not going to put myself down for it. I've done it before. I'm not going to have the shame of making the decisions that I made, of doing the things that I did. And everybody must be thinking like, oh, what has she done? Like, it must be something really grave. No, it's normal girl, normal 26-year-old going through an emotional heartbreak. For me, it was chasing validation. I constantly chased validation, and I know I always did it. I knew it inside my heart. I constantly chased validation because growing up, I never received validation. And in the midst of chasing validation, I feel like I lost myself. I feel like there is just so much that I did just to feel that glimpse of this younger me that should have gotten it. when in fact reality is that something that you don't get in your childhood, yeah, you didn't get it and that was not right, but you're never going to get it no matter how much you chase it. And I knew this all along. I knew that I always chase validation until I'm at this point now where I'm like, I'm so exhausted. I'm so exhausted. I mean, if I get validation, if I don't get validation, I don't care. I don't care. I honestly just wish for my young childhood self to understand that the validation that I'm chasing is never going to happen. It's not going to come. My childhood is not going to come back. Neither can I go back to my childhood. I'm a grown functioning adult. I won't have it. And it's just admitting that to myself is freaking scary. And yeah, just scary and just hurt. It feels very hurtful. It feels like it really feels like something that I cannot describe. I'm not able to find words. It really feels like pain. I mean, I really don't know what else words can I say for it other than pain. It's pain. Believe me, it feels like I'm saying it with a smile, but I'm really hurting. Like I'm hurting from it. And facing this fear of never ever getting validation has been extremely painful. Extremely. Because I constantly chase validation. Like I always had things on my to-do list, like, okay, to get this validation, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. I've checked all that boxes. There's nothing anymore. There is nothing anymore other than finally accepting that validation comes from me. Now on, it has always been me. Not from anybody else, not from the things I wear, not from the things I buy, not from the people I like, not from the people I date. Validation comes from me. I didn't get that validation growing up. Yeah. Yeah. And that was not right. But now give it to me now. I will. I will so give it to me. Like, I cannot even describe how much I would like, how much I'm going to give it to me now. It sounds weird to say how much I'm going to give it to me, but it's like, I've got to do it for me. Who else will do it, Ritam? Like, do it for yourself. If there is any message that I want to give out, just do it for yourself. Just imagine that there is nobody else in the world and you've got to give that to yourself. I believe in myself, which I know a lot of people might find hard. I do believe in myself, but I've just never given myself that love. And I've got to do that now. I've got to do it now. So, yeah. None of this makes sense. Oh my god. First of all, I was even debating if I should ever even make a video. I should even post it. But you know what, Rita? Do it for you. Just do it for you. I hope I hope that you find a lot of love. I hope that you find a lot of grace. I hope you find a lot of confidence that you've been wanting for a long time in yourself. Um, I hope you find all the happiness, and I hope you're able to give yourself a lot of love that you deserve. Oh my God, you deserve it. Like, you deserve it. There is like so much already going on in everybody else's life, and it will always be like that. But give yourself that love. Like, oh my God, you deserve it. You so deserve it. Yeah, you deserve it.